my name is Carter Rehmeier, and I'm the director of Dinner in America, and it's a punk rock love story. It's a story about two misfits that find each other through music. I didn't have Kyle and Emily in mind per se, but Kyle was one of my original five actors that I liked for Simon, and I had given him the script. So we had producers that had auditioned him on another movie, and he wasn't right for that film, but they had his email address. So they slipped him the Dinner in America script like, oh man, this is like, I don't know, probably 4 years ago or so, and 5 years ago, and he did not read it. So he was on a TV show at the time, and he ended up not reading the film. And then years later, my director of photography on this film was working with him in Romania and said, hey, this movie that I was about to shoot in the US fell apart, and they're looking to cast the lead. You should check it out. It's like perfect for you. And he said, what's the name of the script? And he said, Dinner in America. And Kyle was like, I think I have that script. And he went back in his email from like 2 or 3 years prior, found the script and read it that night and told his agents that he wanted to do it. So we got a call in the morning, and that's how my journey began with Kyle. Emily was a submission, and we got a really brilliant tape from her. It was very well executed, and she was very close to how Patty is in the film already out of the box. It was like, whoa, the words just sounded right coming out of her mouth. And the glasses that she wears in the film are glasses that she bought at Walgreens for her audition. So it was just, everything about it was very synchronistic, and it just felt right. It's mostly with casting, it's something that you can just feel right away. And I just knew right away for both of them that it was going to work. When I'm actually working, I'm not thinking too much. So it's more like intuition, just like complete intuition, but analyzing it after the fact, like I see what I did was sort of shape like a very abrasive thing. Like when if you were to take music that maybe you like to your parents and turn it on, and it's loud and it's crazy, and they're like, what is this? I don't like this. Immediately, there's an abrasive quality to it with a poignant message underneath it. So I find that in a lot of music where, whether it's heavy or like heavy metal or punk rock or like different things where the music itself may be very abrasive, but there's a message underneath it that's bigger. So I think that's kind of what intuitively happened when I was creating this, is that, there's like a lack of awareness when I write, because it's weird. It's almost, I don't know, it's like a blackout thing, and you're not really conscious of what you're doing, but you're obviously very conscious of what you're doing. So writing is a very mysterious process, I think, for everybody. I know people that are very structured with it. I tend to be pretty structured, but this film in particular, I was less structured than normal and looser. So I feel the result was something that is more kind of buoyant and has a bounce to it. And I like that for this. And I also knew going into it that the soundtrack was going to be super, and the score was going to be super important to keep it cohesive from first frame to last frame, and bubble it in a way to like kind of make the whole film into this little snow globe, if you will. And that's what I like, that it has its own world that plays by its own rules. It's like a parallel universe kind of to ours. Ultimately, it's about how people find each other and they fall in love, whatever that looks like. In this case, it's kind of a couple of misfits that might not work together outside of the context that they've been thrown in together. Simon needing a place to stay and sort of tricking Patty into letting her stay. But then there's layers and layers of that that get revealed, and that's, you know, a lot of fun. So I think really the message is about acceptance and you know, unconditional love. Yeah. The theatrical element's super important to me, so we're still trying to figure that out. Obviously, this year has been a wash. We're in October, late October at this point, and you know, having 10 months almost since we premiered, it's been excruciating, you know, to not do that. But you know, we're hopeful, you know, that things will there will be. I mean, it's been exacerbated in the US because no one wants to, you know, make good choices. So we're still we're still stuck in limbo,
Yeah.
unfortunately, because of that. So you know, I'm hopeful people will get their shit together at some point when it starts to affect them. But you know, I so far, so far it's you know, I mean, what is this, month 7 or so? It's pretty hideous. We did do that live, and it was amazing. So I've seen this film. I've seen how it plays with 500 people, 1,200 people. It's fucking nuts and crazy and fun, and everybody has a great time. And I was really surprised at the demographics. I was getting a lot of like older women coming up to me going like, "Hey man, you're punk as fuck," you know, and I'm like, "Wow, wow." I'm like, "Lady, you're punk as fuck." Wow, thank you.